Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between GAMETIME and puCK on Frozen Temple. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Terran player from Root Gaming. It is puCK. And in the top left side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is GAMETIME from Team Ascension's professional team. Alright, so a PvZ for you guys here on Frozen Temple. I feel like it's been a while since I've cast a PvZ. You may have seen one more recently than I feel like I've cast one, because sometimes I cast a bunch and post them out of order, and so I will have cast a PvZ early and then post it late, if that makes any sense. It probably doesn't, but it makes sense in my head, so we're going to roll with that. Alright, so PvZ here from Team Ascension and Root, two organizations that are very excellent and often get publicity and games cast on my channel. Love everybody associated with both of these organizations. They've been very nice to me and helping in my StarCraft casting career. So I don't know who to root for here. I really don't. I love Team Ascension. I love Root. I love puCK specifically, though. So, GameTime is also very good. And I like Zerg. And I mean Zerg. So this is very, very hard. I'm going to try to be neutral here. I guess I usually am trying to be pretty neutral, right? You don't feel like I'm rooting for any one race over the other. If I am, please let me know. I'll try to change. I'll try to change for you. Either way, hatch first here from GameTime into an extractor into a pool, which is a build that is fairly newly safe in Legacy of the Void. Not something you could really do in Heart of the Swarm or Wings of Liberty just because cannon rushes were super awesome. Not so much anymore. Cannon rushes are kind of hurt. Although, I do keep forgetting about this. I need to set up my my whole when cheese fails thing with you guys, don't I? We'll talk about that later. Alright, Nexus coming up for puCK. Cybernetics core on the way as well. Second assimilator taken. He is going as standard can be on this opening. Probably going to do an Adept opening, try to get some damage done. I would say Adepts probably do less damage than Reapers do on average. It's just difficult in the early game. If you're going to do this, you know, this expansion this early against a Zerg to get any damage done is fairly difficult. Just because they're going to have Lings out, they're going to have Queens out, and Lings and Queens are pretty good against Reapers and Adepts, depending on the positioning of the Lings as usual. What is it? What is it? It is an Adept. It is an Adept on the way for puCK. Getting Warp Gate research out of that orbital command as well. Fully saturating his assimilator, and a third base on the way for GameTime. Whoa. Sub 3 minute third. Yep, he's got one worker on that extractor, obviously, so he's getting speed for his Lings, and Lings and Queens are going to be his base defense for the next little while here. What is puCK doing after the Cybernetics core, though, is the question of the day, and the answer is Stargate! It is a Stargate right inside the main base, a position that is fairly hard to scout, if you'll notice. An Overlord would have to fly across the entire main to get there, or across the entire natural to get there. So puCK is hiding that, which tells me it's probably going to be Oracle. I mean, really, you don't want to give your Zerg opponent straight up clues as to what you're doing no matter what it is. Even if it was Phoenix, you'd probably want to hide it at this point, but still, hiding it is important. If it was right here, for example, the Overlord would see it, Spore Crawlers would immediately go up, and you'd have a hard time getting anything done. So the Stalker chases the Overlord away, lest it come back and scout this Oracle. Indeed, it is an Oracle out here for puCK. We'll see what damage he can get done. Now, again, the way this works is a single Queen, not enough to stop 7 to 8 workers from getting massacred by the Oracle. 2 Queens, better at preventing that worker massacre, and a Queen and a Spore Crawler is ideal. Ideal for stopping a single Oracle from doing stuff. GameTime is sacrificing a lot of Lings. Actually, gets through. What? Gets through level 1. Does that Ling. A bunch of Lings just kill the Adept holding the line here. Probes kill the Ling that manages to get through, and the new Adept comes and holds the line at the front. So, I don't know if I've ever seen that. Ling's actually killing an Adept this early in the game to get through. I mean, it didn't help him much. He didn't scout anything at all. He saw the number of gateways, but that's about it. So here comes our Oracle trying to sneak on in. And oh no! Oh no! Transferring drones at the wrong time. Drones transferring to this third base, running for their lives, running from the safety of the Queen. Don't do that. And bam! 6 kills already. Make it 7. Nah, gets the 7th kill. Queens stabbing away as hard as they can. Oracle down to 16 hit points, but got 7 kills. Got 7 kills. It puts puCK even with GameTime and worker count 41 too. Oh, it was 41. Then GameTime made like 6 workers at once because that's what Zerg can do. And now we're okay. So now there are Spore Crawlers coming up. All right. Lings trying to sneak on out here as well, but Adepts protecting this Nexus that's going to get thrown down here. Yeah, 3 Adepts versus 3 Lings generally is going to favor the Adepts. I'm going to put my money on the Adepts in most of those situations. Lings trying to find stuff to pick off, stuff to do. Going to try to knock down this single pylon out in the front of the natural, but again, the Adepts come in and clean it out. Lings end up dead. Third base here for puCK is on the way, and Oracle trying to sneak on out here. Come on, Oracle. You got this thing. Free Ling kills might be nice. You're going to go for the Ling kills? He really wants to kill drones, but... yeah, that's... Remember, Spore Crawler. Ooh, lifting the Queen. Oh, have I seen this before? I don't know if I've seen this before. Is he going to lift the Queen and use the Oracle to burn the drones down while the Queen is lifted? No, didn't do it. I feel like he was thinking about it, though. I feel like it was something puCK was trying to do and decided it was against his better judgment. And I will have to defer, as puCK has been playing StarCraft for a long time and is a much better player than I am. Fourth base on the way from game time. Again, pretty much just defending with Lings and Queens, but Ultras are coming, or not Ultras, holy crap. Why did I say Ultras? Hydras! Because they both end in the AS sound, Falcon, that's why. Oh, here it is. There's the lift on the Queen, and 2 other Phoenix are available to kill it. Spore Crawler was in range to get the lifting Phoenix, but not anymore. And bam, Queen gone. Phoenix harass, pretty good. Pretty good in these situations. Lings defending against the Phoenix, but that's not great at all. Oracle tried to get some more kills, but guess what? There are Hydras, and there was a Spore Crawler, and he's down to 10 hit points now, so that's not good. Not good for the Oracle. A double robotics facility on the way. Hydras are out, and again, Hydras in big numbers, great against Phoenix. Hydras in small numbers get lifted and murdered by the Phoenix because look at this. Extra damage versus light, 5 versus 10, and Hydralisks, as we can see here, are in fact light units, light biological, in fact. So they take extra damage from things like Banelings, things like Hellions, things like Phoenix, stuff like that. Oracle has 8 kills. That's pretty good. It's 70 to 64 Harvesters, though. Zerg player is droning like crazy, getting a Lurker Den, which makes sense. I mean, early Hydra usually means Lurker, and that probably explains puCK's mass robotics facility strategy here, which involves a lot of Immortals. So how many does he have? I thought he had 2, and he's making another one. Nope, just 2. Just 2 robotics facilities. I don't know if you can support 3 on 3 bases. Maybe you can if you kind of neglect everything else, but that's not something puCK wants to do. He's getting observers. He's getting +1, +1 ground attack and +1 air there. Phoenix severely outnumbered by these Hydras at the moment. 5 Hydras versus 18, or 5 Phoenix versus 18 Hydralisks. Not a good look, but they are not going to stand and engage, that's for sure. And they don't have to because they're so fast. They are so darn fast. 5.95 move speed. Hydras, even on creep with muscular augments, can't keep up. They cannot keep up. So they need to be here for defense. They can't chase the Phoenix around, especially as they fly off of the creep, as you're seeing here. But GameTime has 8 full extractors, fully saturated. His gas income is awesome right now. And it is, as we can see, compared 1,300 to about 1,000 in favor of GameTime. Mineral income's dead even, though, for both these players that are around 2,500. So puCK is going not for the Phoenix Adept, but for the Phoenix Zealot. Look at these Zealots. The problem with that one here is that Hydralisks do tons of damage versus Zealots. If the Zealots are far away and not directly on top of the Hydras, they do a lot of work here. Storm coming in from puCK too. Phoenix, do you pick up another Queen? Another Queen kill is fine. It's always nice. And the Hydras show up. They decide it's not worth losing their lives for, and that's it. Zealots. Did they clean out a... Oh, okay. No, this Overlord's just pooping creep at where puCK wants to put his 4th here on the bottom of the map. Single Sentry is the only anti-air that puCK has, so he's going to go ahead and tickle this Overlord to death. And eventually going to get it. Blurp, there it is. Creep should recede fairly quickly. And setting up for an attack here is GameTime. He's got Banelings, he's got Lings, he's got Hydras, he's got Lurkers. He's got a giant army right now. Zealots right on top of everything here, trying to stay away from the Banes and the Lurkers. That's what they want to do. Immortals trying to focus down what they can, but the Swarm is oncoming here. Lurkers burrowing themselves in. There's no chance of a 4th base at all. Force Field's trying to do this thing. Storming! Oh, storming those Banelings to death. Wow, that's a lot of dead Banelings there. 12 Banelings killed, burrowing right on up on top of this 3rd base, lifting some of the Lurkers. Immortals trying to kill others here. Storm on top of the Hydras. Can't focus on the Hydras. Got to kill the Hydras first so the Immortals can deal with the Lurkers. Not necessarily working out that way, though. Small group of Hydras managing to do a lot of work here. But backing on out as this Archon shows up. Woo, splash damage. He already has 9 kills. Wow, and all the lurkers getting picked up as killed as well there. puCK lost a lot of stuff, but I feel like GameTime lost a little bit more. There's the lift. Lift on the Hydras, and they get murdered as prophesied by Falcon Paladin. Overseer gets killed as well. So, yes, GameTime did delay that 4th base a little bit. Did he kill any workers? Maybe 5 probes or so, according to that unit's loss tab. But puCK killed a lot of things. A lot of things. Resources lost here, about 10,000 for the Zerg, about 6 for Protoss thus far. Flying in again here are the Phoenix. They're going to fly right over these Hydras, aren't they? Yep, 1, 2, maybe 3. No, almost 3 Phoenix. One of them should have died there, but he decided not to. To his ever-loving credit. Everlasting credit? Everlasting credit. Zealots coming up to clear out creep tumors, which is fine, with the assistance of this observer overhead. I like that, slowing things down. And you know what? You can handle those lings. I believe in you. You have +1 attack. And more lings show up, and they're all dead now, so sorry about that. Zealots +1 attack on the lings, but not +1 armor. Stasis wards getting tossed on down here at the 3rd base to protect against, I'm assuming, incoming ling attacks, which is very good. I like what puCK is doing. This is the strategy we saw early on from... who was that? Who was the early game we saw? Who was doing Stasis Wars back in the beta? Can't remember. Anyway, here we go. Lurkers on top of this front line here at the natural base. Immortal at the back trying to do what it can. Photon Overcharge is up, but Ling's on top of the Immortal. But the army coming from the left side of puCK. Archons in the front, Immortals in the back. Storms on top of everything. Hydras are dying so fast right now. Lurkers getting stormed too. Archons getting killed. The number of Immortals is not quite high enough, I don't think, to do this thing. Phoenix are required to deal with these guys. Lurkers on top of the stuff. And yes, the Lurkers are still alive. 3 kills, 2 kills. Zealots charging in, oblivious to the danger that this presents. Immortal getting destroyed as well. I think the supporting Hydras are doing a lot for the game time. Trying to morph in more Archons to defend against this. Is this it for puCK? This is not looking good for our Protoss friend. Archon morphing in at the last second, clearing out some of these Hydras, trying desperately to kill these Lurkers. Zealot, Archon, they're taking so much damage right to the face, but they're still alive, and they do clear out every single one of those Lurkers, finally shutting down the stranglehold that GameTime has on him. And his 4th base has been established. He's transferring workers down there, so it's 4 base to 4 base. puCK is looking all right, you guys. He's got more Templar coming in. He has killed 40 Hydras, 100 Lings, 25 Lurkers. Woo, it's a lot of dead Lurker. He has lost 10 Immortals himself, though, as well as 4 Archons and 47 Zealots. That's like times 4 Zerglings, because that's the cost difference there, isn't it? Yeah, 160 Zerglings does in Zealot count. Anyway, looks like GameTime is continuing to push with what he's got. He's got Hydras, he's got Lurkers, he's got +1 attack on these guys, no +1 armor. And does puCK have anything? puCK has the +2 attack, which is good. He's working on +3 now, but it won't be done by the time this army shows up at his 4th. Here we go. Scouting Zealot sees exactly what is coming, sees the problems inherent in the system. And Archon at the front, again, pretty good stuff. Revelation being tossed down on GameTime's army, which is kind of frustrating. There's the Stasis Ward. All right, so Stasis is the sign for puCK to move on in. Storms on top of everything there. Archons, Immortals, Zealots storming the Hydras to death and then dealing with the Lurkers as they need to. Storm on top of Lurkers doesn't take too much HP, but every bit of desperation attack counts there. And yes, they clear it out, and then the remaining units for GameTime retreat. They recognize they're severely outnumbered. That is the beauty of Stasis, man. It can really chop your enemy's army in half or by a third or whatever it is, and then you deal with the 2/3 instead of the whole darn thing, and then the other third when you want to. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. We should see more and more of these Stasis Swords from Protoss in the future, I think. I'm a big fan of it. Whew. Okay, so we're at 14 minutes into this game. It is 66 to 63 Harvesters, 130 to 137. It's still close. I mean, puCK has held these attacks off, but it's really cost him a lot as well. He hasn't been able to take a 5th base, really. GameTime does have a 5th base he took around this middle section of the left side of the map. So that's good for him. I think puCK, I don't know if puCK needs to kill it, but I mean, he's still working on this Immortal Archon play against these Lurkers, which is fine. Oracle's killing a few more drones there. 12 drones have lost their lives. Ling counterattack into the natural base. Zealots trying to deal with it, but there are just too many Lings. Photon Overcharge, though, doing great things for the Protoss army. And that Pylon has 4 kills to its name. Nicely done. Nicely done, Pylon. How about you? No? You? 3 kills on that one, too. Oracles, again, trying to murder stuff. 5 kills on that one. 4 kills on that one. Beautiful job, fellas. 14 drones killed at 60 to 63 workers. puCK has the lead. 4th base is fully established here. Fully saturated for those workers, but that 5th base by game time is getting more and more established here. puCK, I think, recognizes what's going on. He scouted it with the Oracles earlier. He's going to try to move out and actually just go ahead and take a 5th. Taking a 5th along this bottom left side. I like this positioning from puCK as he moves up to assault the 6th base. The army is out of the way, though. They're trying to move up the middle while the army with a ton of Immortals shows up. That hatchery is gone. Game Time loses it, and just going for it is Game Time. Game Time says, I am not going to be able to get back in time to save my base, and I needed that. I'm going to base race this thing, and here he comes. Lings at the front. Banelings with Baneling speed. Moving in here as well. Lurkers burrowing on top of everything. Cannon does manage to kill a couple of these Lurkers first here. Stasis catching some of the Banelings. And pretty much all that's left here for Game Time are these Lurkers, which do take down a robotics facility. Some Lings straggling in here as well, and going for it there is puCK. Storm, Archons at the front. Lurkers getting burned out. More and more Lurkers coming in to try to join the party, but it looks like puCK has a dominating force right now. And he just kills everything, and that is it. A GG from Game Time. Game Time is defeated, and puCK is victorious. Woo! Nicely done by puCK. I mean, he took some severe hits in that game. He lost a lot of stuff. 11 Immortals, 7 Archons, 14 probes when all was said and done. But killing 51 Lurkers will generally do it for you. I mean, I'm just going to say, if that's on your checklist to win a game against Zerg is kill 51 Lurkers and you do it, you should probably win that game. Also killed 23 Banes, which is nice, pretty much with Storm, just killing them before they'd explode on their own volition. 56 Hydras got killed, and 203 Lings lost their lives in that game. So again, just a good back and forth, good old-fashioned PvZ. Resources lost, about 33,000 for the Zerg, about 21 for puCK. So just cost efficient, as you would expect to see here from a Protoss. 10 kills on that Immortal, 5, 5, 4, 5, 15, 8, 5. Just spreading the wealth. Archons, I think, were newly created. So yeah, this guy has 7, but nobody else has much. No one else has much there. Templar as well. Threw down the Storms, but didn't get the kill shots. And that's what gets you those kill count. Alright, so well done again by puCK. Nice representation by Game Time, but puCK gets the win today. So that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself. Patrons! Nicholas Cheek, Sean Govin, Nick Riley, Josh Cornelius, Jin, Robert Farmer, Kayan, Matt Meermans, Hakon Marcus, Christopher, Alex Coffey, Ben Raboyne, 19 Day, Kith Carlo, Alexander Canaras, Complex, Ian Westbrook, Michael McIntosh, Sam Estagoy, Bob Brissett, Cale Anderson, Trevor Smith, Menhadin, GMP, Sik Kupata, Pedro Batsaris, Michael Wellen, Plaid, Henry Cooper, Clayton Knight, Jan Kodera, Kevin Chang, Raji Butt, link at the top right. Thank you. Bye.